What's up, everybody? Josh from Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Deeds of Flesh, entitled Portals to Canaan. This is released on Unique Leader Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Los Ojos, California, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be pretty much a very crushing and brutal style of death metal. Yeah. When it comes to Deeds of Flesh, I guess you could say I'm one of those guys that prefers the old stuff as compared to the newer stuff. And when I mean the old stuff, I mean the first EP, the Gradually Melted EP, and pretty much the first 4 albums of this band's existence. Trading Pieces, Inbreeding the Anthropophagy, my all-time favorite album of theirs, Path of the Weakening, and even Mark of the Legion to an extent. Those albums really showed how heavy and devastating Deeds of Flesh could be. I mean, just some incredibly crushing, heavy music, great vocal work, awesome lyrics. Everything you would expect from Deeds of Flesh is definitely represented in those first couple of releases. But then, as the 2000s started to come along, Deeds of Flesh started to make a little bit of a shift in sound change. They still maintained their death metal qualities, but things became a lot more modernized and a lot more technical. And it led to albums like Reduced to Ashes, which to me, in my opinion, is the best album of their current style and sound. If you really want to know how Deeds of Flesh sounds currently, listen to that record. It is sensational all the way through. Near perfect album in my opinion. And I enjoyed the next 2 releases after that, Crown of Souls and Of What's to Come. I enjoyed them, but honestly, I don't think they held a candle to Reduced to Ashes in my opinion. But enough about that. Let's get on to their 8th full-length album entitled Portals to Canaan. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 42 minutes. And of course, as with the last few records, you have I forget the name of the artist, but he did the artwork for the last 2 Deeds records. And of course, you have the great artwork that appears on this album. And going into this record, I didn't really know what to expect. But as soon as I listened to it and gave it enough of an opportunity to listen to it some more, I realized how absolutely ball-crushing this record is. This is a heavy-ass record from the minute you hear the opening riffs of Amidst the Ruins to the Gorguts cover at the end of Orphans of Sickness. I'd say that Deeds of Flesh are kicking ass and taking names with this album. This is a sensational record, and I'm loving the hell out of it. The guitar work on here is business as usual as far as Deeds of Flesh are concerned. I'm really enjoying the way the guitar riffs work together and create some incredible riff work, heavy leads, very nicely well thought out solos, very carefully crafted solos, I might add. I mean, the riff work that you hear on Amidst the Ruins and Entranced in Decades of Psychedelic Sleep, you hear some really top-tier guitar work going on here. These guys, mainly the guy who fronts the band, who does the guitar work on here, delivers some very beautiful guitar work at hand here. And, yeah, it's like that throughout this entire record. The guitar work definitely holds your attention and makes you want to pay attention throughout the entire record. And it's very, very powerful. Makes you want to bang your head even more than you already are. Bass-wise, they got the guy from who I believe played in the band Brain Drill, Ivan, I believe. He plays bass for this record, and his bass work is sensational. Very crisp, very clear, very audible. You can definitely feel the power of the bass. Going back to Entranced in Decades of Psychedelic Sleep, you definitely feel the bass work being well executed on that track, to even later songs like Xenovirus and Hollow Human Husks. Great bass work to be heard on those tracks, and definitely it has a great factor of importance throughout this entire album. I definitely enjoy what it's going for, especially since nowadays Deeds of Flesh has a little bit more of a modern technicality to their sound, and the bass work is incredible all the way throughout. Drum-wise, Mike Hamilton is pretty much one of the best drummers for this style of death metal, and he definitely showcases why he has been a valuable asset to Deeds of Flesh. He is a fantastic drummer, and he definitely keeps the pace going throughout the entire record. Great blast beats, good solid double bass, great fills and rolls. He definitely knows exactly what he's doing. He has been doing this for a while, a good long while, and he showcases the kind of power and speed that he can do. Definitely going back to tracks like Xenovirus and Hollow Human Husks. Great drum work to be heard on those tracks. Very well executed and very intelligently patterned out. I really enjoy the drum work that's being played here. And when it comes to the vocals are top-notch. I really enjoy the vocal work that's being done here. Very refreshed, very revived. I definitely enjoy the vocals that are being executed here. Very guttural, very understandable. Definitely his delivery is incredible, and even to this album's lyrical content, which of course goes back to the more modern, futuristic sci-fi kind of vibes, which I think is pretty damn cool and impressive. And speaking of sci-fi themes, there are some little bits and pieces of this record that might throw the listener off a little bit. Like, take the intro to the track Celestial Serpents. It sounds a little bit futuristic. It's like you're in one of those spaceships. I want to say going back to the Alien movies. It's like you're in an empty spaceship and you hear some kind of siren going off. You think one of the alien creatures is right behind you getting ready to attack you. And even to track 5, I won't even get into the pronunciations, but it's a pretty epic sci-fi-esque instrumental. It definitely adds a little bit of a sci-fi nuance to this record. I honestly prefer the actual songs as opposed to the sci-fi instrumentals or electronic pieces that this album has. It is epic, but I'm pretty sure that's what serves its purpose for this album. So, overall, this is probably one of the best things Deeds of Flesh have come out with in quite a while. Do I think this is their best album? I cannot say so. I believe Path of the Weakening and Reduced to Ashes are still my favorite albums of this band, but this is definitely a fantastic listen. Great musicianship all the way through. Deeds of Flesh are back in business, kicking ass and taking names, and this is a fantastic record. I enjoyed it a lot. So, going back to the tracks I enjoyed, definitely the opening title track, Amidst the Ruins, Entranced in Decades of Psychedelic Sleep, Xenovirus, Hollow Human Husks. Even the title track is pretty damn killer too. So, I'm going to show you the album again. This is Portals to Canaan by Deeds of Flesh. This is released on Unique Leader Records. Go support this band, and I'm going to give this a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Great release. Check out Deeds of Flesh. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.